All right.
God pardon thee, let me wonder, Harry, at thy affections, which do hold a wing quite from the flight of all thy ancestors. Thy place in council thou hast rudely lost, which by thy younger brother is supplied, and art almost an alien to the hearts of all the court and princes of my blood. The hope and expectation of thy time is ruined, and the soul of every man prophetically do forethink thy fall. Had I so lavish of my presence been, so common hackneyed in the eyes of men, so stale and cheap to vulgar company, opinion that did help me to the crown had still kept loyal with possession and left me in reputeless banishment. By being seldom seen, I could not stir, but like a comet I was wondered at, that men would tell their children, this is he. Others would say, where, which is Bolingbroke? And then I stole all courtesy from heaven and dressed myself in such humility that I did pluck allegiance from men's hearts, loud shouts and salutations from their mouths, even in the presence of the crowned king. Thus did I keep my person fresh and new, my presence like a robe pontifical, ne'er seen but wondered at, my state seldom but sumptuous, showed like a feast, and won by rareness such solemnity. The skipping king, he ambled up and down, mingled his royalty with capering fools, had his great name profaned with their scorn, grew such a companion to the common street that when he had occasion to be seen, he was but as the cuckoo is in June, heard, not regarded, seen, but with such eyes as afford no extraordinary gaze, such as is bent on sun-like majesty when it shines seldom in admiring eyes, but rather drowsed and hung their eyelids down, slept in his face, and rendered such an aspect as cloudy men do their adversaries' being, with his presence, glutted, gorged, and full. And in that very line, Harry, standst thou. For thou hast lost thy princely privilege with vile participation. Not an eye but is weary of thy common sight, save mine, which hath desired to see thee more, which now doth that I would not have it do, make blind itself with foolish tenderness. I shall hereafter, my thrice gracious lord, be more myself. For all the world, as thou art to this hour, was Richard then when I from France set foot at Ravenspur. And even as I was then is Percy now. Now, by my scepter and my soul to boot, he hath more worthy interest to the crown than thou, the shadow of succession.
Do not think so. You shall not find it so, and God forgive them that so much have swayed your majesty's good thoughts away from me. I will redeem all this on Percy's head, and in the closing of some glorious day be bold to tell you that I am your son. When I will wear a garment all of blood, and stay in my favors in a bloody mask, the which, washed away, shall scour my shame with it, and that shall be the day when ere it lights, that this same child of honor and renown, this gallant Hotspur, this all-praised knight, and your unthought of Harry, chance to meet. For every honor sitting on his helm, would there were multitudes, and on my head my shames redoubled. For the time will come that I shall make this northern youth exchange his glorious deeds for my indignities. Percy is but my factor, good my lord, to engross up glorious deeds on my behalf, and I will call him to so strict account that he shall render every glory up, yea, even the slightest worship of his time, or I will tear the reckoning from his heart. This, in the name of God, I promise here, the which, if he be pleased, I shall perform. I do beseech your majesty may salve the long-grown wounds of my intemperance. If not, the end of life cancels all bans, and I will die 100,000 deaths ere I break one parcel of this vow. A 100,000 rebels die in this. Thou shalt have charge and sovereign trust herein.